The sun's first light bathes the meadow, casting long shadows across the awakening forest. Squirrels scurry with tireless purpose, their tiny paws a flurry of motion. A chorus of birdsong fills the air, their cheerful melodies echoing through the trees. Deer graze serenely, their gentle eyes watchful in the morning calm. The calm shatters as Flash streaks through the forest, an unstoppable force of nature. The forest community is startled by Flash's sudden burst of speed. On a sun-dappled forest path, Flash halts abruptly, spotting Sheldon the tortoise. A mocking grin spreads across Flash's face as he observes Sheldon's slow progress. Unseen, a fox, squirrels, and an owl gather silently, their eyes intent on the unfolding scene. The forest watches with bated breath as the encounter between Flash and Sheldon unfolds. Sunlight filters through the leaves, spotlighting a winding forest path. Flash, a rabbit, bursting with irrepressible energy, puffs out his chest, ready to challenge the world. Other animals exchange glances of amusement and disbelief at Flash's, the rabbit, antics. Flash, the rabbit, declares with unwavering confidence, "I'm the fastest critter in this forest. No one can outrun me." Flash taunts Sheldon. "Sheldon, you slowpoke. I bet I can beat you to Whispering Falls. What do you say, a race?" The forest holds its breath, anticipating Sheldon's response to the audacious challenge. The tortoise halts on the forest path, his brow furrowed in contemplation. A moment of intense deliberation etches itself onto the tortoise's face. Resolve hardens the tortoise's features, a silent promise of action. The tortoise nods slowly, sealing his decision. A ripple of surprised murmurs sweeps through the assembled animals. The animals standing around Sheldon whisper, their faces a mix of anticipation and shock. At a crudely marked starting line, a ragtag group of animals gathers, a symphony of anticipation filling the air. A rabbit brimming with nervous energy leaps and twitches, barely containing his eagerness. Beside him, an aged tortoise radiating quiet wisdom remains still, his gaze set on the distant Whispering Falls. Barnaby, a stout badger adorned in a makeshift official's vest, waddles to the fore, embodying the spirit of the race. The animals poised, the starting line buzzes with a mix of raw excitement and focused resolve, as nature holds its breath for the adventure to unfold. At the starting line, Barnaby raises his hand, the checkered flag a symbol of impending action. The tortoise and rabbit line up at the starting line, anticipating the start of the race. Barnaby commands attention, his voice cutting through the mechanical cacophony. "On my mark, get set." With a final, decisive shout, Barnaby releases the flag. "Go!" The rabbit explodes from the starting line, a blur of motion against the forest backdrop. Sheldon is left in Flash's dust, struggling to keep pace. Through sun-dappled clearings, the rabbit darts with unmatched speed. The rabbit leaps effortlessly over a fallen log. Sunlight filters through the trees as the rabbit navigates the forest with ease. The forest blurs around the rabbit as he races forward. In the dense forest, the rabbit glances back, a smirk playing on his lips, confident in his overwhelming speed. The tortoise recedes into the distance, its slow pace a stark contrast to Flash's assuredness. Amused by the sight, the rabbit's arrogance bubbles over as he declares, "Oh, this is too easy. I could stop for a picnic and still beat him." The forest watches on, an audience to the rabbit's hubris, unaware of the lessons it holds. The forest path stretches ahead, promising both adventure and uncertainty. A rabbit appears on the starting path, a solitary figure against the vast greenery. The tortoise's movements are deliberate, each step measured as he begins his journey. Though the tortoise's pace is slow, his determination is evident in his unwavering stride. The dense forest surrounds the tortoise, its silence amplifying the echoes of his footsteps. The Tortoise continues onward, a symbol of perseverance against the backdrop of the endless woods. The rabbit arrives at a lush clover patch, his eyes widening in amazement at the sight of numerous butterflies dancing in the air. The competitive fire fades from the rabbit's eyes, replaced by a sense of childlike wonder. A wide grin spreads across the rabbit's face as he abandons his original purpose. The rabbit begins to chase after the butterflies, lost in a moment of pure joy. Bathed in sunlight, the clover patch sparkles with life, a verdant stage for woodland revelry. The rabbit, a sprite of pure joy, bounces exuberantly, his laughter echoing through the meadow. With boundless energy, the rabbit calls out, his voice a playful invitation to the meadow's tiny inhabitants. "Come on, little ones," a mischievous glint in his eyes. He challenges. "Let's see if you're as fast as I am." The clover sways gently, as if anticipating the start of a whimsical race. The stage is set for a spirited contest, where speed and laughter intertwine under the golden sun. The forest path stretches into the distance, promising both adventure and the unknown. The tortoise takes his first step onto the path, embarking on a journey into the heart of the forest. Deeper into the forest, the tortoise advances, his steady pace echoing through the trees. Sunlight filters through the canopy as the tortoise continues his relentless trek. The tortoise's figure recedes into the distance, swallowed by the dense embrace of the forest. Under the vast sky, the hare's playful pursuit comes to a halt as exhaustion washes over him. A majestic oak offers respite, its shady canopy a welcome haven. He approaches, drawn by the soft moss blanketing the tree's base, seeking solace. Resting beneath the ancient oak, the hare pauses, his eyes darting, a growing sense of unease settling in. The silence deepens, broken only by the rustle of leaves, amplifying his solitude. The tortoise's absence becomes palpable, each shadow a reminder of his missing friend. Beneath the ancient oak, the hare stretches languidly, muscles rippling under the dappled sunlight. The sun filters through the leaves, casting shifting patterns of light and shadow around him. "Well, I've certainly built up a bit of an appetite," the hare muses, eyes half closed. He reflects on the tortoise's absence, a subtle hint of anticipation in his gaze. With a sly grin, the hare decides, a little nap wouldn't hurt. He settles down comfortably, ready to drift into a peaceful slumber under the watchful oak. Beneath the ancient oak, the hare seeks solace in the embrace of soft moss, his eyes heavy with slumber. Time stands still as the hare drifts deeper into a peaceful dream. The forest holds its breath as time ebbs and flows around the sleeping hare. In the quiet solitude of the woods, the hare slumbers on, untouched by the passage of time. The tortoise strides forward, his determination echoing through the silent forest. Obstacles emerge, testing his resolve. With unwavering focus, he navigates each challenge. The forest watches as the tortoise continues his journey. His steps are relentless. The tortoise ambles down a sun-dappled forest path, his steps echoing in the serene stillness. Beneath the boughs of an ancient tree, a hare slumbers, oblivious to the world. The tortoise remains completely unaware of the hare's peaceful slumber. Nature holds its breath. The hare rests undisturbed, and Sheldon continues his journey, each lost in their own world. Beneath the sprawling oak, a sudden rustling of leaves shatters the stillness. The hare awakens with a jolt, his eyes wide with disorientation. He sits up slowly, fighting off the last vestiges of sleep. His gaze drifts down the sun-dappled path, alert and wary. The path stretches into the distance, beckoning with unknown possibilities. A sense of unease settles over the hare as he stares into the distance. On the forest path, the hare's eyes widen, reflecting disbelief and dawning horror. A shocking sight. Sheldon is nearing the finish line. The hare, aghast, struggles to reconcile what he sees. "Oh no, Sheldon, how is he so close?" The hare's words are a mix of shock and disbelief. The reality of Sheldon's presence hits the hare's with full force. The hare's mind races, trying to understand the impossible. In the heart of the forest, the hare becomes a blur of motion, his white and brown fur a fleeting spectacle against the green. Driven by desperation, Flash tears through the forest, each stride a testament to his urgency. The forest floor blurs beneath him as Flash pushes his speed to the limit. Each breath echoes his determination as Flash navigates the dense woodland, his path a streak of raw power. The forest fades into a background as Flash sprints, a beacon of resilience against the green. Sheldon presses on, his determination unwavering as the finish line looms just ahead. With the finish line only a few feet away, Sheldon's pace remains steady, his focus absolute. He is pushing forward, his body a study in sustained effort. The forest blurs around him, yet Sheldon's resolve sharpens with each stride. He leans forward slightly, his breath coming in measured gasps. The tape is within reach. Sheldon is about to break through. Sheldon approaches the marked rock, his steps measured and deliberate. He pauses, his gaze fixed on the finish line, a silent acknowledgement of the journey. With a deep breath, Sheldon steps across the rock in the finish line, a red line crossing the path. A wave of quiet triumph washes over Sheldon as he completes his crossing. The animals in the forest whisper his name, celebrating his small but significant victory. The air crackles with joy as the gathered animals erupt in thunderous cheers and applause, their excitement palpable. The Hare, panting heavily, slides to a dramatic halt, just inches from the finish line. His powerful legs tremble, his body a testament to the fierce race he has just run. Triumph and exhaustion mingle in his eyes, a champion's spirit shining through. At Whispering Falls, Flash struggles to breathe, his face glistening with sweat. His eyes reflect a mix of utter exhaustion and profound respect. Flash, overwhelmed, stammers, You did it, Sheldon. You actually did it." Sheldon's face shows an unwavering resolve. "I simply kept moving forward, Flash." The cascading waters of Whispering Falls provide a sublime backdrop to their exchange. At Whispering Falls, the wise old owl nods sagely, its ancient eyes gleaming with approval. The forest animals look at Sheldon with admiration, their faces reflecting a mixture of awe and respect. Flash lowers his head, understanding dawning on his face as he acknowledges Sheldon's accomplishment. Sheldon stands proudly at the finish line, bathed in the golden light of the setting sun. The forest basks in the warm glow of achievement,